NIS, and then the NIS would send that client the information they need for their computer session. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your legs are looking nice, Michelle.
Yeah.
Animals are dying in large numbers. Huge fish kills in the Ohio River.
Tell me that. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is MicheleMarieDalene. It is Tuesday, and of course, we have some basic news to cover. Number one, we already know, as I mentioned last night's stream, Leather King went extremely well. We're going to see if we can get Leather King to help me do more of those streams. So Thursday night will probably be another one through Leather King's channel. And then eventually we will see if we can configure up things that we can do them here, so at least we can earn some subscriber counts. But for now, if you want to watch the stream on Leather King's show, it is in the community tab, and you can check it out there. It was really, really good. Now, I didn't get a chance to get everything up here on the screen right now, because I kind of got sidetracked with a message I was posting on my Discord. Which is kind of personal, but the thing is, so let's get all these links up here. So get this on the screen. Okay, and then I'm going to use this Apple feature, which allows you to move from monitor 1 to monitor 2. This is a new feature that Apple's Max, I think High Sierra has it, Catalina has it, so it may not exactly be the newest feature of all Apple iOS, Apple devices, but it certainly turned out that I didn't discover it until now. Makes it possible for me to easily move tabs from one window to the other, so I can jump back and forth, and that makes my world a lot easier. I'm hoping that some of the people that go on Noodle's stream last night on Leather King's channel will come by here today as well and be part of the morning show. I think that this will be very helpful for us to have a chance to show the good side of my personality and what I do. Now, so let us start by discussing the debt ceiling that as I said last night, they are in negotiations. McCarthy in the White House. Both sides want terms. So you're going to find out that the White House wants to continue spending money like drunken sailors, whereas McCarthy and the Republican Party is saying no, you got to cut back your spending and lower your bills, because American people think this is getting ridiculous. If you can at least agree to these terms, we'll give you the $1.5 trillion increase. And one of the things that McCarthy wants is he wants the COVID-19 money that was paid out to never use to be returned to the general coffers to help offset the other costs. And I think that makes sense. Anyway, let's talk about the weather today. Today will be mostly sunny today. A high of expected 21 degrees Celsius. Low tonight will be 8 degrees Celsius. Currently in Winston it is 15 degrees Celsius. That's about 60 degrees for you Fahrenheiters. So you guys are going to see a pretty nice day. Unfortunately, I got the wrong clothes for this. I got the other dresses have got to be washed, so I just got to get that done sooner or later. Yeah, I'm gonna get the clothes washed. So let's take a look at the comments here, and I'll get the panel ready. Morning, Gitchy, how you doing? Was very professional last night. Outspoken Libra said, good morning, how you doing? Let's get the donations links up. And also, I cleaned the cat box today. Rusty made his very clear in his protest that he wanted the cat box cleaned. So, which I did see it was pretty bad this morning. It was like, oh my god, I didn't know it was this bad. Um, so I ended up cleaning the cat box because it really needed it. So I'm not a bad person. Cat box did get grubby. It was just full of, well, cat box stuff. Sometimes you kind of get in about a bit of a hurry when you're trying to do all these things in the mornings when you first get up. But I did see the cat box had to be done, so I took care of it this morning. So let me get my headphones on here. Because I am wearing a long sleeve dress, I got on my fan. I'm getting some cold air coming in, so it won't be too hot in here. So we'll just have some people come on the morning panel. So you can see outside Winston today, got some nice colors, just like Kodachrome, it's nice colors out there. The green in the trees. You can see the buildings Winstead, and it absolutely is. That's a live scene. That's not a video, so you guys can be sure that is the real deal. I don't know how to prove it's real, but it's real. It's real. So if anybody would like to talk a little bit about last night's show, let me just tell you, it would be very helpful if we could do the same thing that we did with Leather King and had a producer in the back room, because what that went last night went very well. It was a very long show. We had like 2.5, almost 3 hours long. And how you doing, Paul? Welcome to the show. So, yeah. So we'll get everybody on here for the panel today and see how many people want to come up and talk. And this is going to be nice to see carry on where we left off yesterday. And we can see a septic tank truck just drove by. Someone's going to literally haul waste. So, yeah. Okay, Paul's coming on. Let's get him on here this morning. Okay, where's my stupid cursor? Cursor! Oh, there it is. It's over here. Good morning, Paul. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle. How's it going?
Well, it's going all right. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good.
Yeah, I like the night show. It was a good show yesterday, Michelle. I thought it was cool. You got to chat and have some videos playing. I thought it was pretty good. Aside of wrongfully being accused of some things, I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show. I did not try to wrongly accuse anyone of anything.
No, you didn't, Michelle. It was nothing on your end.
I mistakenly thought you and I first met in 2016. I think it was Skynet that me and met first.
Yeah, I think it was more like 2018. I think I found you in October, and then I finally got to talk to you in like December. So yeah, no, it's all right, Michelle. I'm not saying you were trying to wrongfully accuse me of anything, but
I gotta go get my coffee.
I thought it was a good show. I mean, in general.
I gotta go get my coffee cup on the kitchen table. I forgot to grab it.
Sounds good.
So let me quickly run and get my coffee cup. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, go get your coffee.
I'll be right with you, Paul. I just forgot to grab my coffee cup. It's
no problem. So take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time. Krista did a great job on her Rod Stewart song today. Krista, great song. Great song, Krista. I was very surprised. Didn't know you were a Rod Stewart fan. That was great. You guys check out Krista's new video she posted this morning.
My knees hurt today. All right. So,
Yeah.
Okay,
Welcome back,
right
Michelle.
here.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Michelle, Krista did a Rod Stewart song this morning. I'm not sure if you're a Rod Stewart fan, but
Not really.
yeah, no, she did pretty good. Pretty good. Huh.
I listened to his song. What was it?
Which one?
Body Flesh or something?
Oh, Body Wishes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, someone had me play it on Silvermoon radio.
Nice. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't really my kind of music, but
Really, I figured you'd like Rod Stewart, Michelle. Maybe you need to maybe check out a couple more of his songs. You know. What about Linda Ronstadt? Do you like Linda Ronstadt, Michelle?
Oh yeah, I got quite a few songs by her.
Yeah. What's your favorite one? Do you have one?
Willing and When Will I Be Loved?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You're No Good is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Love is a Rose is also a very interesting song. It's got a nice beat to Love is a Rose, which you can kind of catch it. Love is a rose, you better not pick it, only grows when it's on the vine. I've got the rest of it. So anyway, that's one of the chorus lines.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's so there's definitely a lot of things that I saw last night that I think if Noodles is going to do kind of administration that for a while Bodder was doing for him, I'm gonna have to, for now, just set up StreamYards, or I could just stay on Noodles' channel. It doesn't really matter, because that way he can be an administrator on StreamYards and help me manage it. Because otherwise, if I have to do it, it's just like everything else. You gotta be like a juggler. Doing all the stuff like I do every morning, it means that somebody's gonna drop a ball, someone's gonna drop an egg. It's just the reality is that there's only so many hands, and you don't get so much time to jump between things. And when you have bad eyesight, on top of that, and I think you can understand this part, you're likely to drop a few eggs.
I'd say whatever you like doing, whatever's easier for you, Michelle. I just go with that.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you like doing, or whatever
really
makes you
went
comfortable.
well with Noodles helping out because we seem to have had a lot less to worry about.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can just sit back and hang out. You don't have to worry about reading the chat or clicking on anything. Yeah,
I did read the chat after the stream was over. I went through and I did watch it again, and I think that majority of the chat comments were positive, which I was very happy to see that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it's always a plus. For sure.
So right now we got 11 people on this morning. I don't really know how many he had on his show last night. I know he said 24 viewers at one point.
Yeah, somewhere in there. When I tuned in, there was, it was in the 20s. So yeah, it was pretty good. I'd say a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I caught some of it talking about cryptocurrency. Yeah, I tuned in and out a bit,
cryptocurrency is in some ways it's more of a control mechanism, I think, is what the Federal Reserve wants to use it as. And I don't know if that's a good thing, to telling you like you have to use expiration dates in cryptocurrency sounds like such a stupid idea. Trying to basically tell you can't save money because your money might expire. Well, that doesn't make any sense. On the other hand, I can sort of see it. Like, if there's too many cryptocurrencies issued, just like with paper money, right?
Right.
We take back the unused paper money in the economy to help reduce the inflationary trend. So I see where that could be a valuable thing. But what I do not see is if you're trying to encourage people to put money in the bank, and all of a sudden the money in the bank, which is a bunch of cryptocurrency hashes, and you start expiring money like that, that means that what was all the point of all the savings? Because I mean, you could start out with, say 100 CBDC, for example, and all of a sudden, 2 months later, you might be down to 5.
It's kind of like a stock, Michelle. I kind of see it as a stock, but what you're saying as well, makes a lot of sense. Is like anyone could make a coin. I make a Schmeckle coin. You make a snow coin.
Right.
Krista makes and then like you said, all the value just starts diminishing because there's so many different ones out there. So many different coins. Yeah. So I mean, the paper money's still good, but cryptocurrency I feel is still valuable. You can purchase things with it. On the internet, you can trade it. You could get money for it. So I mean, it's still valuable, but I don't know. I mean, everyone.
One of the things that cryptocurrency people bragged about is the fact is that it was supposedly non-traceable, non-hackable,
Right.
and if CBDC goes into reality, it's not going to take long before someone is going to find a way to break the blockchain and basically turn your money, as I said, into poop. It's just the reality. It's not unhackable. I don't care how good your blockchain is. Gianni says crypto's too dangerous. The government can step in at a time and outlaw its use. Absolutely. But what if it's its own money? Gianni asked the question.
They can do the same thing with our. They can do the same thing with our money, though, right, Michelle? I mean, they could do the same thing with the dollar bill.
Yeah, you could. I mean, in fact, I'm sure it has happened. I remember 1933, we stopped minting U.S. coins, and it was actually considered illegal to have them in your physical possession.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that could happen again with the dollar.
It could happen again with anything.
You're right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Right now, the state of California, for example, has just passed a bill outlawing several additives in food. One of them is Food and Drug Color number 3 red, and brominated vegetable oil and other things. Then there's a lot of products on the market that use these things. So those products, including Mountain Dew, will no longer be illegally available in the state of California because of those reasons, because those products contain that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's good. I think that's a good thing.
In a way it's good, in a way it's bad. Again, here's the government telling you, oh, no, you can't eat this, you can't eat that.
Yeah, but if people want to put that in their body, that's their choice, right?
But,
right, Michelle?
Right. I mean, it affects your choice. But the thing is, at the same time, you've got to admit there's a lot of things that the food industry does with food, which you seriously got to question some of the stuff they put in food. Like,
Drug 100%.
Administration, FTC, red number 3 is using things like Skittles candies. M&M candies may even be using the same thing to give the M&Ms their red and orange color. So that means that M&Ms might be one of the many hundreds of products that will now be banned, at least for having those colors in the state of California.
I'm not sure what state it was. I don't remember, but one of the states has banned TikTok. The app TikTok is banned in one of the states. I wish all of them would do that.
Look at Dab's comment here. He says,
Dab.
Here in Wisconsin, we just put out a bill to make child sex dolls illegal. What? Possession would be a felony and 3 years in prison.
Why would that even be made? Like, why is that even a thing? That already should be illegal. Like, no, that's like, why is that even a thing? Michelle?
I think it's a way to, again, deal with sex trafficking of children.
Yeah, it's gross. I wouldn't even know why they'd do something like that.
I mean, that's a real serious problem. Actually, any kind of sex trafficking is a really serious problem.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's exploitation both of children and adults, primarily females.
That product shouldn't even be made.
Get sex trafficked as much. Unless you're a really pretty boy, then maybe you might get sex trafficked a little bit. Doesn't seem
Ooh.
to be women are exactly interested
Yeah, it seems to be the
in
industry.
boys as much.
But yeah, like you said, Michelle, we definitely can't put out the possibility of boys are happening as well. That's terrible. What about having sex in traffic, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're with it. I agree. Um, but yeah, no, that shouldn't even be a product. I mean, that should be a law in like every state. That's terrible. Hmm.
Well, I mean, we covered so many topics last night. As you saw, I mean, what topic particularly stood out to you?
I know you were talking about cryptocurrency, Michelle. I think you were talking about mining minerals. I
Right,
can't
mining
lie,
minerals,
Michelle.
right, in the Congo.
Yeah, I didn't see all of the stream, Michelle. So I can't. I don't necessarily know all that you talked about, but I just heard you talk about touching upon those things. I just like I said, I thought it went well, Michelle. Again, you got to kick back, relax, not worry about anything, and enjoy yourself. So I mean, I thought it was a good stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't catch it all, so I don't
But I
necessarily
think
know
what was also very
what was
important to
talked about.
remember is even though everybody loves modern technology, people don't realize that some of the repercussions of some of the modern technology is the toxicity and how it's actually
Oh yeah,
affecting our
oh
health.
yeah,
Um, we already know, but that battery production generally is very chemically intensive, and regardless of the chemistry, someone is going to be affected by the chemistry. It doesn't matter if it's
definitely.
alkaline batteries, nickel metal hydride batteries, nickel cadmium batteries, lead acid batteries,
Those are only
lithium
legal.
ion.
Those are only legal in 5 states. Oh my god, they should. Oh my god, they shouldn't even be made or produced. That's crazy, Debs. Um, hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want that. If that's the case, it's I don't know, man. That's fucking weird. That's weird. Um, yeah, I've never made love to an inanimate object, Michelle. When I was younger, I used to put lunch meat between my couch cushions, Michelle, and I'd have sex with that. But that's when I was younger. I've never really had sex with an inanimate object.
that's an
Yeah,
unusual idea. Lunch
yeah,
meat.
yeah. I've also put a watermelon, a seedless watermelon, in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then cut a hole in that, and I fucked one of those. But other than that, I've never an inanimate object. I've never done anything like that. But to each his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Um,
Well, that's still, like I said, is we. I think the really saddest thing about is the situation with the homeless population exploding.
yeah,
Um,
that's too bad.
I don't I don't think the Democratic program is necessarily being encouraged in some states is necessarily a bad idea in its own right because there's a lot of abandoned properties in many cities that could easily be, you know, given away because the original developer has done nothing with them. Properties are abandoned. So if a homeless person, for example, gets an old,
Oh,
you know, office building because the city says, okay, you want this old office building that's been vacant, it's been abandoned for over 30 years. Here's a title to the piece of land, your little square space, eighth of an acre, 16th of an acre, 32nd of an acre, whatever. But you're still gonna have to pay taxes on it, and you're gonna because they gotta make revenue. Okay, so in that case, that makes sense. And where you're going to give them so many pieces of abandoned property, they're going to have to pay taxes on it, and of course, they are going to still be required to keep the area clean and tidy.
yeah.
So, which means is if you're going to be using an outhouse or whatever, to deal with your waste, you have to properly dispose of said waste. You can't just throw it on, on somebody's street or something. You
You can
know,
get plumbing. You can
and
get the
also the
plumbing.
city needs to make sure that there is proper waste disposal facilities. for that reason. So, what's the easiest way to do it? Well, maybe they could have, for example, a dump station where you can dump the stuff. Because you're paying tax on the land. And of course, if you don't pay your taxes like anything, because you have a title, they can put a lien on it. And if you still don't pay it, the town can come in, bulldoze your campsite, you're done. Sorry. Your title is no longer null and void. That'd be fine, but just going out and giving away free land with no requirements and responsibilities.
Sounds like a great deal. Yeah,
Sense.
yeah, it sounds like a great deal. Noodle says, Michelle, I just got a raise. Take you on adventures in Pennsylvania. So, Michelle, get ready to go to Dutch country soon, Amish country with Noodles.
Yeah.
Soon to Pennsylvania. Is that what you're gonna do, Michelle? Go visit the Amish? You gonna go like visit the Amish and
yeah, I'd like to go and also check out the what the heck is that railroad there? That and it's in the Amish country. It's in Lancaster, but shoot.
Lancaster. Michelle, what if they wanted you to help them raise a barn? Would you help them raise a barn?
I don't know if I can physically do it. Usually, the Amish,
Michelle, you got some strength.
Usually, the Amish women usually deal with preparing the food for the men that raise the barn. They don't usually do barn raising.
No, Michelle,
please understand that in the Amish community, many communities are segregated based on tasks. So
I think they'd.
I would probably be one of the women helping to prepare the sandwiches and the drinks for the men, for example.
I don't know. I think they might recruit you, Michelle. Damn, what else was I going to ask you? I had something else to ask you. Hold on, I can't remember. But yeah, that'll be nice. Be nice to go check out Pennsylvania.
I'm trying to remember. What's the name of that railroad in Pennsylvania? Ed keeps talking about it so much. Yeah, it's got mostly all steam engines. It's a passenger run, but it's also actually does deal with real commercial freight as well. You can see a real live, honest to God steam engine pulling freight cars into a loading dock for several businesses on this rail line. And I forget what it's called. It's a pretty common name in Pennsylvania. I would love to actually be in a real steam train. That would be fun to ride that, going places, choof, 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 choof. And they have several tourist runs.
Are there black Amish?
I think there may be black Amish. There are so very few people that go from being what they call English to Amish. It's so many people won't do it because it's just too much to deal with. For example, you better love church because you're going to be sitting in a church service for 3 hours. Amish church services are 3 hours long.
That's not so bad.
Mennonites also, while less strict than most typical Amish, their church service is also 3 hours long, and they are usually in German or Pennsylvania Dutch. Usually it's in High German. So that's something to keep in mind. If you go to a church service in Amish communities, that will most likely be in German. And the average daily language that they use between each other in Pennsylvania anyway is Pennsylvania Dutch.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider becoming an Amish person, Michelle? I feel like you would like that because it's
I would like it, but I think I would really rather be more in a community that is more receptive and supportive of Catholics. The Amish, because of the Protestant Reformation, don't really have much understanding about the Catholics. How much the Counter-Reformation that changed things among the Catholic Church after the Council of Trent. And the Diet of Worms. There was a lot of things that we changed in the Catholic Church after the Protestant Reformation that a lot of the Amish have very little understanding of the changes. Even in my own parents' native religion, my mother's native church is Lutheran, Evangelical Lutheran, they don't really understand everything that's going on in the Catholic Church. And so when I first went through RCIA to be confirmed as Catholic, one of the questions is my mom said to me, "Oh, do you have to pay to confess your sins?" I looked at her like,
of course
what?
not. Yeah, of course not. So,
Who
Michelle,
told you
what you're
that?
saying?
She
So
said,
what you're
"Oh, I
saying,
thought the church had indulgences."
Michelle. So basically, let me ask you this then, Michelle. So would you live like an Amish person, Michelle, if they had the Catholicism beliefs? Would you live like an Amish person?
Type thing? Maybe.
That'd mean like no internet though, right? Like they don't use
No,
modern.
that's not necessarily true. There are some Amish that for work will use the internet and cell phones.
I mean,
Depending on the community, it's all the rules are determined by the bishop. It's in what they call the procedure called the ordnung. Ordnung meaning, I think it means comes from the word Ordnung, meaning a document of, in German. The whole idea is that each community has their own policies, and some allow to use the computers in the homes. There's now new companies that are making Amish-compatible computers. These Linux-based machines are totally awesome. I might actually want to buy one just to demonstrate on the show.
No,
they are
Linux-based.
They are Linux-based. They run on batteries for obvious reasons, but they do not support any Microsoft products whatsoever.
Michelle, what's the word, Michelle, when they go out and sow their oats? Not Ramadan. So our word. The Amish people, when they go out and are allowed to do, like, they're allowed to go out and have sex. They're allowed to go out and smoke. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Usually, what's that called?
Usually, almost all Amish children and most ordnungs, usually around the age 18 for at least 2 years, will go out among the English.
Yeah, what's that word called, though? It begins with an R. Rabashan. What's the word for it?
I don't remember what the word is, but let's
it
just
begins
call it
with
what
an
it
R.
is. Let's just call it the real world test. Okay, because that's kind of what it is. Can you handle the real world? Are you going to decide to return to the Amish community, or are you going to stay out there with the English? A lot of kids do not return home to the Amish after that. They just say, nope, no more of that. So, Gitchy wants to come on. Let's get around here today.
It's called Runspringa.
Runspringa, right, okay.
Yeah,
how you doing, Gitchy?
Isn't it Rumspringer or something?
Oh, she got it. Yep.
Ah!
You got it. Good job.
Got me. You got me out of the lurking with that one, because I watched an Amish...
Gizzy knew it. Good morning.
Good morning, dear. I watched an Amish documentary once.
Yes, I couldn't think of it though. I'm like,
I know that word. I know that word. Damn it, I know that word. Let me get up there.
Thank you. Rumspringer. Yes, thank you. Michelle, what would you do for your Rumspringer if you were Amish?
Just sounds fun, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on my Rumspringer, whatever.
So many Amish during Rumspringer will usually go to a city.
Yep. Big city.
For example, some might go to Philadelphia. Some might go to
Vegas, baby.
Whatever, Vegas. Yeah, I guess if you're near Las Vegas.
Right? That'd be,
And there are Amish communities in Nevada. So yeah, and
really,
yes, in Arizona.
I didn't know that.
Ooh, so, German for spring when you go drink rum. Thank you, Gothic. That's awesome.
Yeah, look at that. Fun fact. Yeah.
Well, that's
Michelle, let's go on a cruise to Alaska. Hey, if you're looking for someone to go on a cruise to Alaska with you, I'm available. Single white female. Hello.
Michelle, just for convenience, can you put the chat on the Googly here, Michelle?
Okay, Google Meet the channel link.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Can you put it on the Googly? Yeah, thank you.
Oh, cool. That way I can watch
put the chat on the screen too. Okay, let's do that also.
Rumspringer.
I've been AFK for a couple of days, but I see the bus pulling town behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is your town. This is where you live. This is a lot busier than I thought.
It's main. That's literally Main Street.
What is that across the street? The little with the flag. What's that?
That's right across the street from our window there.
What is that, Michelle? What's the business? What is
that? That building right there is actually a little steakhouse where the actual family owner lives upstairs.
Oh,
Why haven't we been there? We need to go there.
Have you eaten there, Michelle?
I haven't eaten there yet. I've actually thought about it, but
What?
I heard that the
How do you
prices
live
right
are.
across the street. Yeah,
from
wow.
a steakhouse, Michelle?
And right
Oh,
next
yeah.
to the red roof there,
not a
you probably
Jacob
can't
person.
see
Yeah,
it.
that'd be a
That's
big
Ocean.
downfall
That's
for me.
Ocean
Yeah.
Garden.
For me.
That is
Yeah.
a Chinese restaurant. And then right after that, originally was a
Oh, Chinese
hotel
food.
that later became like an antique shop, I believe. And then
Oh, how
really, you
fun.
can
Look at all
barely
the
see it.
cars.
But maybe you can just barely see the
All
LED
right.
sign on the
Great
back. There
background.
is a gas station called Gasman, called Winston.
Michelle, I thought you lived in this little tiny podunk town, and I'm seeing actual traffic happening behind you, girl.
Right, this is live.
Yeah. It's awesome.
This is a live video. This is
Yeah,
not.
wait, like you'll see sometimes people walking down the street
Hell
as
yeah,
well.
that's so
Like you never know what
cool.
you're gonna get on this background. There's so much
I
potential.
love it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love
this is
the background,
amazing, Michelle. I've just been sitting here watching all morning. I have to
Winston
go back and
does-
watch.
I don't know about
Yeah,
a book
great.
depository, but Winston does not have a bookstore anymore. They used to have one many years ago when I was in high school.
I think the internet.
I think
kinda
a lot of
destroyed-
businesses, a lot of
Stores.
businesses like that have probably gone out of sale. Like our Barnes and Noble is gone.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot
sad,
of
but it's true.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It used to be up on the road. It used to be called the Corner Bookstore on Main Street.
Michelle, let's remind the youngins out there, Michelle. Amazon started on just selling used books. That's what the website was.
true.
They just
That
sell
is
used books.
true.
That's
And
how
then
it
evolved
evolved
to, we watched
Right,
it
that's
evolve
how
to what it
Amazon
is
got its
today.
start, was selling books. Right.
And now you can buy anything. You can buy pets on there.
Yeah.
You can, anything.
Oh, I know.
Live
Anything,
lobster.
literally anything. Small children, whatever you
Crazy.
want.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's we watched that evolve. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
hold on.
What?
Oh Jesus.
Hold on a minute. What?
Oh shit. Here we go. Never a dull moment. You know it's bad when we're muted, folks.
Oh no, Ed's awake. I don't know if he's been up all night, but yeah, it's very unusual for him to be up this early.
There are more businesses here than you mentioned. You don't have to live in Cumberland Farms, and McDonald's are the only choice in town.
Yeah,
True.
right across the street from a
He's just saying
steakhouse.
is
Oh my
remember that
God.
the library and also even St. Joseph's will sometimes
I'm
do
sorry, that
used
dude
books
would be
too.
my best friend. And he lives up there. Hell yeah, I'd be putting on a little show for him, making sure he sees the tatas, getting a good deal on the filet. Hell
my
yeah.
goodness.
Michelle, what are you doing with your life here? There is a steakhouse. Literally, we could spit on it.
You know, the thing is I haven't never really smelled the meat from here. I wonder if they cook most of it in the microwave or something.
No.
I never can smell the meat from here.
Well, it's a restaurant, Michelle. It's confined inside. It's not like
They
they're
must have
barbecuing
one heck of a very good air filtration system.
Yeah, good venting
Because at
system.
McDonald's, you can always smell
Lots of really good meat is sous vide.
Because when you go to
And you know
McDonald's, you
this-
can always smell their hamburgers and French fries.
It depends how they're cooked. Well, yeah, you smell fried food, of course, because it's a fryer. It's got to have a big old vent. But if they're sous videing their steaks and then just, putting them out and getting them a good crisp on them, you're not going to really, it's not going to put a huge smell. But how often are you outside to smell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I opened my windows the other night.
Oh, I bet, Gothic. Me
and
too.
it just wafted.
All right, now we got the windows
barbecue.
open, so we're getting
You're so
some
hungry.
nice breeze coming in here. Oh, actually, the
Nice.
window is closed right now, I think. But you see, we got the camera mounted now, like I showed in the one video. You really can't tell because it doesn't really matter one way or the other, because we can have the
looks
blinds up, we can have the blinds down. The camera's mounted in such a way that it doesn't interfere with the operations of the window either way. So
Yeah,
Well, it looks really nice. I had to come
Yeah,
on and
looks
tell you
good.
that.
looks good.
it was important for me to come up with a solution for many reasons. Number one, the fact is that Ed doesn't always want the blinds open. Ed doesn't always want the blinds closed. Sometimes he wants the window fan in there. Sometimes he wants the screen in there. And so I had to set the camera up in such a way that we can still have a fan in there and still get airflow and still provide scenery.
That's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Gothic drink. I love Chinese food.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. It's even good leftover. It's like a great leftover.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Chinese food reheats better than anything.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be savage and just eat it cold, to be honest.
Well, my favorite
Look, I
food,
see a person outside the steakhouse. It can't be that bad. Is that a
my
person?
favorite
Wait a
food
minute,
over
maybe
there,
it's not.
Ocean Garden, is the vegetable fried rice. I've had the chicken
No, it's
fried
not.
rice.
It's a
I've had the
pole.
beef fried rice. But I tend to like the vegetable fried rice.
I wonder if they're even open. Yeah, quarter to one.
Because
Yeah, those fried rices are good, Michelle. You really can't go wrong with those. Anyone you get usually is pretty good, I would say.
yeah, I mean,
Even
I
the
don't
shrimp
think
one,
they
yeah.
do delivery though. No,
Mhm.
they don't. But I live so close enough. What's the point?
What about egg rolls,
Also,
Michelle?
if you were to look a little further down the road, past the gas station, there's a new delicatessen called Johnny's, and then after Gianni's, there's Monica's. Oh, not Mario's. Oh, actually, a whole bunch of restaurants, but there's Meats' Pizza, which had been changed ownership so many times, I get confused who it is now. But let's just say the pizza place, Noli's / Meats' Pizza, and then on the other side is ABC Pizza, and it goes on and on and on. Just a whole bunch of different restaurants, and then Mama Fo's. This is on the other side, next
You're making me
to
hungry.
what's the Vietnamese cooking. Yes, Winston has Vietnamese cooking, but we don't have any people from Vietnam here. But that's a thing too, you know. So Winston's mostly restaurants. It actually, if you're a foodie, this place can be great for you. Even across the street from my bank, which is the other way, there is a small restaurant called McGreen's on the Green, which is a German restaurant and has pizza, hamburgers, other food. Me and Wiggy ate there with Krista. It was actually very
Yeah,
interesting.
makes sense. What's it called, Michelle? McGreen's on the
McGreen's
Green?
on the Grill. On the Green. McGranes.
Who's McGreen? Yeah, it sounds like
McGreen's
stoner
on
food.
the
Like
Green.
McGreen's on the
Mhm.
Green, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like some good stoner food.
Yeah, no
Yes,
kidding.
it
You have a
does.
pho. You have pho too?
Um,
Like a pho
well,
or a ramen restaurant?
I've eaten pizza from both Noli's and
one.
or whoever the new owner is. I've had it from all the different places, all the prior owners, so I have all experience with it. It's wood-fired pizza, which is interesting. In other words, they got a big pizza oven that runs on wood in the back, which they bake the pizzas in. And also, of course, ABC Pizza has a more modern type of gas-fired one. The crusts are different. The sauces are different. But I personally I kind of really do like ABC better, even though it's kind of a hybrid Greek-Italian mix. It's just interesting. Plus, I like the atmosphere. I like the staff. But I do like the other place because it's got some nice ambiance. You got the porch dining, which ABC Pizza is trying to do the same thing, but they don't have an actual porch. It's just it gets just some tables and chairs out on the street in front of the restaurant. I've done videos over there. You've probably seen a few of them. One time when I got my hair done, when I first started going back out again, that you saw me out there on ABC Pizza on the with the walker and the camera on the walker before my original iPhone camera got too badly discombobulated. So I got to know the people pretty well, both restaurants.
Michelle, what's the name of the steakhouse across the street from you?
Oh my God, thank you.
I don't really remember right now. It's a grill. Oh, that's all I know.
All right, I'm gonna Google Map it, Michelle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call them up, Michelle, and I'm just gonna tell them that I'm a bit lazy and I live right across the street, and ask them how much it would take for have one of their waiters bring me over a steak. I'm gonna try and get you a
There you
steak for
go.
lunch.
There
I'll try and
you
get you
go.
a steak. I'll
Nice.
tell them I'll
Let's
pay with
be
my
honest
card
here.
over the
Let's be
phone.
honest. We just got
Get you
paid
a
last
steak,
night. We just got paid last night from YouTube.
Ah, that's good.
$182.02.
Nice.
What?
$180.02. We just
In
got
one
paid that
month?
yesterday
Yeah,
for the
good
month
rate.
of May, or for the month of April.
Wow.
All the video work we did in April, all the fundraising. We just got the $180.02 yesterday.
Yes.
Nice.
That's
So
awesome, Michelle. Tuck it away.
there's your
Get that
pizza
tucked
money.
away.
There's your steak money. There
Look,
is.
Krista knows all this. Krista's got it down for the food.
She does.
This
she
is
does.
the reason why we need to keep working on trying to improve the show and get things going better, because we have got the ability to seriously turn the frown upside down. Like that. And then people, let's be honest, people love the morning shows because they are more sincere shows. And that's what we're trying to bring some sincerity to the night shows also. Right now we only have 2 night shows. And I for now, gave up on Saturday. I said, Saturday shows, like, no, this night show doesn't work for me. So we got the Tuesday on Discord, this when we do movies, and then we have the Thursday on YouTube.
Oh, shit, today is Tuesday.
Which right
I'm
now
sorry,
is
Michelle,
probably
I didn't
going to
mean to
be
interrupt
me and Noodles hosting it on his channel, which means I'm not going to be getting any kind of revenue, unfortunately, on his channel. But maybe eventually we'll start migrating things over here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking is that maybe...
That sounds fair for all he's done. That sounds fair.
Michelle, what movies do you have planned for tonight, if any? Do you have any ideas?
I don't have any movies planned. I've got to find something. I know people have asked me about Boogie Nights. I think I do try
Boogie
to start
Nights,
to
that's a good one.
download it.
Yeah, that's
But
a
right
good
now
one.
there's no cedars on it. So if worse comes to worse...
I see someone walking.
Oh.
Sorry. Got
Okay.
excited.
Oh yeah, people are walking.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see people going in and out of there at the Chinese restaurant, because right now it looks like they're just getting ready to start serving
It's approaching
soon.
lunchtime, yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that's all she needs.
I know. Oh, you can't have dogs here. Sorry, I really can't have dogs here.
No.
You
no,
said the
Michelle's
diner
your
wasn't downtown
No,
anymore, and that it was shipped away. But now it's you said that the diner wasn't downtown anymore, and I guess the way now see is running that too.
Is this downtown Winstead, Michelle? Would this be considered downtown Winstead?
This is considered downtown Windsor. That's downtown Main Street.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're like really in the mix
Wow.
of things, yeah. You're like really
That's
in the mix of
crazy. How cool.
But the diner that's near our building is not open, but this diner across the street is. In fact, Lori's, which originally was prior to the steakhouse, when she did all the renovation and rebuild that building from scratch. That building, the gray building there, you can see was totally rebuilt from scratch. They totally jacked it up, had to basically rebuild the foundation and everything.
I like a nice diner.
Because
nice
the building got
diner.
seriously damaged in 1955 flood. Originally it was a place called Joe's Lunch before that, but the original owner kind of wanted to retire. And then he sold it to Lori, and then Lori spent a lot of money on business grants to renovate that property.
So, what is your age range for dating white ladies? 25 to, what's it say, 80?
My
Gothic drunk
dating
come.
age?
Yeah, your age range. Like,
I
what
would say
be the
probably.
youngest?
I would say probably closer to my age, maybe about 50 to 60.
Oh, okay. So like a
At
That's a
least
good
then
age
we would
range.
have
That's
something
good
in
range,
common.
Good range.
Or if you get them too young, they're completely different. Experiences, and then they're gonna want to play rap and hit gangsta crap, and all of a sudden you're listening to that. You want to basically, hip hop and gangsta music actually makes me very violent, so I tend to stay away from it because I don't like.
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
Aren't you violent? Really, Michelle?
That's crazy.
How do you feel like when you listen to a Tupac song, Michelle? Do you just want to go out and pull some drive-bys, or
Pop
want to go
some
rob some
caps?
people?
A loose meat
I never
sandwich.
knew that about Michelle. That
I don't
hip-hop
know.
makes
I
her
don't know
violent.
what you mean by a loose meat sandwich shop, but we have 2 delicatessens in Winston now. You have
Like a loose meat
Gianni's.
sandwich, Michelle. A loose meat sandwich is like a sloppy Joe. I don't know if you
Yep.
know what a sloppy Joe
Oh,
is.
okay.
Yeah, that's what a loose meat sandwich is.
That's what they call it in different parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would probably be either
Like pulled pork, I guess?
Import,
Yeah.
John's Import, or because I think they have that there, and or maybe Gianni's, the new deli that opened in 2022.
What is Gidgey's age? Oh, Jesus.
And
God.
Gianni's would be far, way past the White House. As I said, you can almost see the service station sign over there behind the trees. That's right there, right next to
Rap
that
music makes
sign.
me violent.
Yeah, that was something.
That's awesome.
Right? I agree, Dabs. Dabs has got it down. Let's kick on that Tupac. Let's get some Biggie up in there.
I literally just got a request. I'm just.
No, I'm with
Man, how can Biggie make you upset? That's awesome.
Well, right now the thing is that I think it's. So, Nancy, I think Gianni's might have it, and I know John's Import does have something that you could say could be a Slappy Joe, I think. They definitely have hot, I mean, I don't know if it's loose meat, but they certainly do have meatball grinders. And I suppose they can make you a Slappy Joe, too, if you really wanted. Although it may be a little bit unusual.
Oh, I love the poke bowls. I had it first when I was in Hawaii.
Let's see, here comes Noodles now. Speaking of all the pasta,
Yay!
pasta and pozole and all that stuff. Here's
Got
Noodles
it.
now.
Yeah, play no tears.
Go ahead, Noodles. How you doing?
Hey Michelle, I just want to let you know that I got a raise today. I'm making
Congratulations!
yeah
What?
an extra $550 a week. So this means that me and Michelle can go do more adventures and do a lot of things. Michelle, I want to take you on a cruise to Alaska.
Right.
You know, again, if Michelle isn't able, I'm just saying. Sorry. I
remember the railroad now. Let me just remind you, it's called Strasburg Railroad. The Strasburg Railroad.
No, parsley, you dork.
Michelle, I want to buy you a brand new laptop. Michelle. Most expensive one.
Yeah, I mean, a new MacBook Air.
That is the second 18-wheeler I've seen traveling through your town.
Michelle just said she wants a MacBook or an AR. I say go with the AR, Michelle.
Hell yeah!
AR.
Let's put some No Tears by Scarface on and get that AR.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
How about this? How about Michelle? This coming up weekend, how about I come pick you up? We'll go to Amish country, Michelle, and we'll spend the night.
Well, there you go. I think it's Memorial Day too.
Some bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle.
Maybe you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Get some chocolate.
Oh wow.
You trying to get me fat Noodles?
That's what they do. You got to watch out for some of these guys. They'll try and fatten your ass up. I've seen it happen.
I can see me going to Hershey and say, "I have this big 10-pound candy bar. Gimme!"
Hell yeah!
We like the big girls. They can't run away from us.
They do sell them. They sell these huge 10-pound candy bars. I've seen them.
Yeah, run.
Run, bitch!
And I'm looking at it like a one-eyed cat in a seafood store.
Michelle, I heard the streets of Hershey are made of chocolate. Is that true? Hershey, Pennsylvania is
Can we
made of
lick
chocolate.
a curb and see?
You know, it's really interesting though. Hershey's, the company, is of course a major employer there.
You gotta go to Philadelphia, Michelle.
Yeah.
You know what? You can get Noodles. If you're gonna go that far, we could go over to the Apple store. I could pay for financing.
There you go.
Get a MacBook Air.
No, Michelle. I wanna do this
He was
as a
trying
gift.
to be generous. Yeah. He was trying to give you something, Michelle.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But you can also save money if you buy a refurbished one too. A MacBook Air with the M1 processor. Or actually, it's like the Mac Mini would be even better. Michelle, MacBook Air would be more than fine for streaming with OBS because it works fine.
Oh, yeah.
You need to have access to something that can handle a keyboard and a monitor separately. And the MacBook Air will plug in to the Thunderbolt monitor sitting on Noodle's desk. Yes, it would. That docking station.
Play some light rap music.
Gravity! That's perfect. It will plug right into that because that's Thunderbolt. It's the same USB-C connector. But that's Thunderbolt. That's the Thunderbolt's using USB-C. Just get an adapter. Just get an adapter.
Michelle, I got a question for you. In about like an hour, I'm gonna go on lunch. Do you want to do? Are you gonna be around, or you cutting loose 12?
I gotta keep an eye out for some things around here, so I might be here. I'm not gonna guarantee it. I mean, because we might still be streaming at 12 noon.
Right.
Well, that's what he's asking.
Because you know how we tend to stream long time over here in the morning shows.
Because the thing is that if I get out of here early, maybe we can do a live stream where you can actually interview people at the 9/11 memorial or something like that.
How will we stream at the 911 memorial? You didn't...
On here, Michelle, he's saying he's gonna come back here and he's gonna go to the 9/11 memorial and give people the phone and you can talk to them.
They can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just check to see if we're still here. If you want to try to.
That would be fun.
But you would have to like bring people up, Michelle. Like you'd have to like show the audience who you're talking to,
Right.
and they would have to see you and stuff like that. Like we'd have to kind of set it up like that. I mean, is that even possible or no?
Yeah, we can certainly see what we can do, Noodles. It'd be interesting to see what happened.
Also,
Noodles, are you saying now? Okay, let's talk about the other thing real quick. If I meet you, if we do it like we did last night, right now, on Thursday, we'll do it the same way for now. Until I sign up for StreamYard, because I don't have StreamYard. Is that if we had StreamYard set up, I could make you an administrator, and then you could quietly do this stuff in the background.
Yeah, we should continue to do that, Michelle. Have people up, have the same show. We'll do the bumpers. We'll do the games.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's welcome to come up on panel and play the game and everything like that and help out. Yeah.
Like I said, we can still play the Jackbox games. Everybody likes to play Jackbox games. We can still do that on your channel.
We would have to do something where everybody can play. Like we would have to do like
exactly how this works. This game, everybody plays on their cell phone or on the computer.
And I think we can make everyone happy. Maybe we can do racist trivia tonight. Racist trivia or something like that.
That would be fun.
Racist trivia. I don't know much about racist trivia. But it sounds like something we can do on definitely on Thursday. Because Tuesday today is movie night on Discord. So
David, I watched Michelle.
I'm gonna find some good movies.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Maybe, for example, have you guys ever seen the movie Oh God?
Yes. With George Burns?
Yes.
I gotta go.
I was thinking Oh God would be a good one for those people who've never seen it. It's funny. It's and very educational, I think. Because one of the things the producer was trying really hard to do was to answer questions about God. Oh, maybe we can get Defending Your Life. That's fun. Who's seen that one? With Gutenberg and Meryl Streep.
Film? Is it like a karate film, Michelle? Defending Your Life?
No, it's called Defending. Oh. It's called Defending Your Life. No, it's not a karate film. It's actually
misleading.
A comedy with Meryl Streep and Gutenberg. He dies, he gets hit by a bus, and he's driving his new BMW car. And so he meets Meryl Streep on the other side. And it's quite an interesting story. I don't want to spoil the whole plot. Just to say it's a cool movie. I think a lot of people might enjoy it.
Boogie Nights, Michelle, have you ever seen a movie?
I'm going to see if I can try to finish downloading it, guys. It just doesn't seem to be a lot of cedars with it right now. I have the magnet link ready to go to uTorrent to try downloading it. Maybe I can find Boogie now or Gasmo.
Does anybody have any? Michelle, do you know any like fun trivia questions or facts you could ask the chat right now? Or Gidgy maybe?
Well, you know what? As far as trivia questions go, we could probably go ahead and find some online ones.
Yeah.
different subjects, or maybe somebody has a box of Trivia Pursuit questions from the board.
Yeah, I
no
have a
way.
bunch for tonight. I don't have any right now, unfortunately. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. This is like, can anyone tell me the
No.
most commonly stolen food in the world?
Ooh.
Well,
Huh.
Can anyone tell me that? What's the most common stolen food in the world?
what is a cell phone?
Is it a candy bar?
No. You
Okay,
can't
is it
eat
rice?
a cell phone, Michelle.
I said, what is a cell phone?
No, you can't eat a cell phone. I said the most commonly stolen food, not
Oh,
good
food.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't eat a cell phone, silly.
Chocolate?
No, that's what gives you guess. That's a good guess, but
What about steak?
no. You're just looking at the steakhouse, kid. You're just it's cheese, actually. Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, bread's a good guess as well. Yeah. Sorry to catch a
all
little
right.
bit. Like, yeah, cheese. Most
You're talking
commonly
to a
stolen
cheese
food in the
eater.
world.
But anyway, you can see that Winstead looks pretty, doesn't it?
It's like a nice day
Last
out there.
night, people thought that was actually thought I was in Sweden. I say I didn't bother correcting them. Krista did. That's Winstead, not Sweden. Yeah. Zab thought it was Tarsi thought it was bread.
Watermelon.
Zab thought it was fried chicken. And Deb's later said changed the word to watermelon. It was cheese, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of which would be a question, something that's easy for non-technical people to answer. Name one of the dangers, and this is kind of a multiple choice one. I'm not gonna give you the choices. You're gonna have to come out with. Name one danger with chlorine bleach.
Oh God.
There's like a ton of them. You can drink
Death?
it. Inhaling, yeah, death. Choking. Discoloration.
Airway?
Hair loss.
Yeah.
I don't know about hair loss. Never heard that one.
I mean, if you go in a chlorine pool, some people can't go in it. I mean, you yourself said you can't go in a chlorine pool, right, Michelle?
Right, because my hair is already bleached.
Yeah,
so,
well,
yeah, my hair is already been
hair
compromised.
damage or whatever. I don't know about hair loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
But definitely respiratory distress is certainly one of them because, in fact, name one world war was chlorine used as a
We
poison.
only had two of them. I'm gonna guess two.
Which world war was chlorine used as a poison by the Germans?
I must say number two, considering that there was Nazis and.
Nope, number one.
I'm going to agree with Paul.
World War One.
World War One.
Yep, along with mustard gas were used as poisons.
Oh yeah, they used the Cyclone B in World War II. Fair enough, Michelle. Fair enough.
Yeah.
They advanced it to not so barbaric, I guess.
Before the 1950s,
yeah, we took a shot.
Before the 1950s, what was the most popular job for young women out of high school?
Blowjobs.
What was the most common job out of
Typist.
Okay, it was one. What other ones?
Seamstress.
Factory worker?
Not really, but you would read about the clerical part, but there's other jobs that they did. In fact, they were a major part of the infrastructure and kept the whole system working. What is the telephone operator? Remember, most phone systems in the United States, while they had automated, there were still areas that still had switchboards. Particularly for toll calls, that was common to have to go through a toll call operator.
Were there no male operators, Michelle? Was it like strictly a woman's job? Well, I don't think like in the old timey shows you really do come across any like male operators. It's always like how can I connect? Where can I connect?
Right,
you,
most telephone companies did not have male operators. There were some, but they were very limited numbers of them.
Yeah. Probably like the gays, the closeted gays in the 50s.
You know what was nice though when you
No,
did
just
when
kidding.
you had the
Kidding.
switchboard was the
Okay.
practice that you picked up the phone. You know, was a human being that would say, "Number, please," and you would go ahead and give her the number, and she would route the call for you. Now, of course, when they modern cell phone, you could do the same thing and say to your phone, you know, I'm not going to say the magic keywords because I don't want people's phone numbers start dialing. Say, cell phone, dial 555-1234, and it'll say, dialing 555-1234. One moment, please. You know,
I like to call people collect. It freaks them out. Like, most people, aren't used to getting or expecting a collect call nowadays. So I just like to call people.
That
collect.
would totally freak me out.
Yeah. Like, are you in jail? Is everything? I
remember one time I told Ed one time. I said to Ed, I said, just tell the phone company that you want to make a collect call. You want to call person to person. The poor operator almost like dropped her headset. It was like, person to person? Do we still do those? So she figured it out. Okay. He said, I got a call from Michelle from Edward Mitchell. Is Michelle there to take the charge? I said, yeah, that's me. I guess that she wasn't aware that they could still do person-to-person collect calls. That way I didn't get stuck with some stranger trying to call me collect and go, because station-to-station collect calls are much easier. Usually you just go ahead and just call 1-800 collect or something. Go and say, who is the party calling you? And of course you dial the numbers and then they call you and say, hi, this is 1-800 collect. You got a phone call from Joe's Bar and Grill. Will you accept the charge? You go, no. Roller skating, driving waitress. Oh, by the way, that's one thing Winston really doesn't have. We don't have a Sonics. I really would love to see a Sonic in Torrington or Winston. We don't have that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Mama, I'm going to go ahead and go get myself some takeout. What do you mean takeout? I'm going to take my car out. I'm going to go over to Sonic and I'm going to grab some burgers and I'm going to eat in the car. That sounds like a fun idea, actually.
It does.
Just hope you don't get greasy fingers all over your steering wheel when you're done. That's why napkins come in. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's true that, like I said last night, but thanks to technology and AI, is that so many jobs are going to now go away that haven't already gone away by mechanization. For example, who's going to need writers anymore? Kind of thing with Hollywood hasn't changed their scripts in years. We talked about that last night. That Hollywood has been using the same formula for over 100 years in stories. It doesn't change much. The actors may change, the characters may change, but the stories, it's the same old formula, and it doesn't change. And I kind of wish in some ways that Hollywood would get a little more ambitious to try something different.
There's a Sonic
in Bristol. Okay.
Is that far from you, Michelle? Bristol?
Well, let's put it this way. If you're going to walk to Bristol, it's going to take you a couple days to walk there. If you take a car, maybe you can get there in about 45 minutes.
Is that where the racetrack's at? Bristol? Is that where they race in NASCAR? Bristol? Is it Bristol, Connecticut? I know there's the NASCARs at Bristol.
There's a race car track up there at what the heck is that Speedway? It's quite the opposite direction. It's Lime Rock Speedway. That's a NASCAR track. Lime Rock.
Want to grab some coffee? Get some steps in? I'll be right back.
So today is gonna be a nice day. Now, if Atlantic King really does decide to give me a MacBook or MacBook Air, that'd be kind of cool because then we would be able to have a nice computer that's going to have a fast processor. It's not going to be the very fastest. It doesn't have to be the very fastest. After all, we were streaming with an old Mac from 2010 using an Intel Core 2 and M1 processor. Mac Air is still friggin' faster than that thing. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Absolutely would be cool. To West Farms Mall, Sonic Day Sound. Oh, West Farms Mall. I definitely would like to go to West Farms Mall. There's an Apple store there. There's also an Apple store at the Danbury Fair Mall. That's right. In fact, Memorial Day weekend, they're going to start opening up for the,
Isn't that this weekend?
Yes. And there's an Apple store down there. And there's a Godiva chocolate. And other cool stuff. And, so, I mean, if I was to go into the Apple store and say, hey, can I apply for, financing? Because I really would like to get an M1 Mac Mini. I really do. I know it's an older Mac Mini because now they're using the M2, but the M1 is still quite capable of seriously making this computer look like an old clunky dinosaur. It is an old clunky dinosaur from 2009. But still, a MacBook, a Mac Mini is about the size of a small DVD player or a small little, Sony or Nintendo Wii, and it's got, the M1 chip in it, comes in different flavors, and it's more than fast now. Get the 1 terabyte one with 1 terabyte storage, unified storage, and say 16 gigabytes of RAM. And that thing will play World of Warcraft like there's nobody's business. Oh yeah, definitely. So East Coast Ghost in Florida. He only smokes crack. Why would you want to smoke crack? What isn't it like doing methamphetamine? It's like, isn't cocaine the working man's Tristan? Oh. So, I never really saw any reason to get into that stuff. The drug industry just never floated my boat. Could you imagine what would happen if one day you got yourself into, let's say you had made $182 a week, every week, in addition to your SSD? What would you do with $182? Well, for one thing, I would definitely go ahead and start investing and getting some new equipment and supplies. Maybe put some money towards a down payment on a house if the economy changed for the better, or at least refurnish the house, get some new furniture. Yeah, he does it for energy benefit. I'll try and tell him to try out meth. It might be a little safer for him. But definitely would like to get some new furniture in here. I would definitely, but then again, I could use a new apartment too. Back before the pandemic, were you hung out in the streets more, your friends? Before the pandemic, when you hung out in the streets more, any of your friends into? I don't think so. I didn't really have a lot of physical friends. Um, I mean, like there was homeless Mike. He mostly just drank and did cigarettes and marijuana, and then there was. I don't think there were anybody doing the hard stuff. I don't think I saw anyone doing the hard stuff. Winston, a lot of people I know were more into the alcohol and marijuana and tobacco. Yeah. I'm not sure what all the emojis mean. I don't know what I don't know what the King's saying about East Coast Ghost there. Can someone translate those emojis to English? Because I don't understand what the symbols I'm looking at. I don't even know what this symbol is. Okay. Stan says you'll need the wheelchair to ambulate comfortably around Hershey Amusement Park with noodles. When is Sherry going to return? I asked Sherry. She said she was going to ask her father-in-law. Okay, that's all I know. She didn't tell me when. I'm sure I can get it back. But really, I think we need to find a chair that weighs a lot less. Because if I have to lug that sucker up 3 flights of stairs every time I bring it home, that's gonna be a real pain in my tush. Honestly, that thing's heavy. They must make a nice, inexpensive aluminum one that is lightweight, especially with the new composite plastics, that could provide a lighter weight. You may be using glass reinforced nylon or carbon fiber based nylon chairs that would be able to support the weight and also be lightweight. Nobody in town does. I'm not sure about nobody. Yeah, I know. Nobody called today. Wanted to crack pipe back every way. I'm probably sure there's some that do it. Roughly translate to smoking rocks. Okay. Oh, you take a piece of coal and stick it to your lung. You're burning. You smoking coal. That's what coal is. It's a rock. Well, not really, but people may not know that coal is not exactly a rock, but they probably would say you're smoking rock if you're smoking coal. All of a sudden you see black soot coming out of your mouth. Oh, talk about making a chimney. I'm not going to give away the dagger. Sure didn't. Oh, we'll get it back, guys. We'll get it back. Don't worry about it. What do you guys think, anyway? About what's going on right now with the channel and stuff?
Oh. Right.
What do you think?
All right, Michelle, I'm back. So I have to be a huge stick in the mud right now, but are we gonna do a workout today?
We're gonna do a workout today.
Yeah. I just figured I'd ask. I mean, it's up to you, but just figured I'd ask. So I'm gonna turn my camera on and sit here and stuff my face with this bagel while you work out.
Well, I'm just gonna do some
motivation. Give you motivation, Michelle.
No reason to thumb the music out. Just get this started. Try to get warmed up first of all, because I haven't done anything lately.
All right. Didn't give away the figure. Oh yeah. This is good. Yeah, you can get moving, feel good. Not sure if Gidgey's gonna join us or not. She's still with us here.
I'm here. I'm so sorry. I was on the phone.
Oh, it's okay. No problem, Gibby. No problem.
Okay, what I missed?
Oh, nothing. No, we were
Take a
just going
look
to get
at
ready
the
to
book that you got from the
work out.
Nice. Oh, I can get behind that.
And
I
turn my
already had a
cam
little
on and
something
stuff my
to eat.
face while Michelle works out.
I just did that, so
To motivate her.
There
You're
is
behind me.
adaptive equipment available. I think that's the one thing that my doctor would have to prescribe. I don't think I can just get that for free. They
What's
also
that? Oh.
cover mobility scooters as well.
All right.
What are we talking about? Oh,
They're talking about ambulatory aids to help me get from point A to point B. On my insurance plan through Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield.
All right.
I mean, I am eligible for a
Nothing,
mobility
Michelle,
scooter, but the problem is there's no place to put it. Well, where are you going to put it? I mean, you want me to carry all that mobility scooter up 3 flights of stairs? Ain't going to happen. That things are heavy. They weigh over 400 pounds each.
oh my God.
Yeah, they weigh one Michelle. One Michelle. Okay. Actually, about 0.99 Michelle's. 0.9 Michelle's, Michelle. 90 Michelle's. Because you weigh about 280 pounds. So, Michelle has losing weight. Yeah. Michelle is losing weight now. Her belly's slowly shrinking. I noticed that Ed's got hanging skin on his arms. And I said to him, Ed, you need to start getting some muscles because you got your extra skin in your arms hanging down like flaps.
He's got gamer arms.
He said, yeah. I said, well, why don't you just do some light workouts? Build up your muscles in your arms. He's starting to look scrawny. That's the reality. He's starting to look scrawny. Okay, now I know some of you guys didn't go, oh, that's stupid to do that. Actually, no, this is not stupid to do that. The reason I do this is this one I have to work on a rotator cuff on this arm because this rotator cuff got damaged a couple years ago. So there's a reason I do it. And I still try to go slow. I'm trying to rebuild my rotator cuff. And I've managed to do pretty good. But there's some days it hurts so bad I can't even do that. This arm was never damaged. Notice, if you will, the important thing is I'm not trying to jerk or do rough motions. Giving my muscles time and my arms to just gently work the rotator cuffs. Alright, now let's do some light kicking. So how are you going to show them that you're kicking? Oh, okay, that'll work. So we'll do the arm and the leg at the same time. Right. Of course, you're not curling and kicking at the same speed. No, I'm not, unfortunately. Let's see if I can try to synchronize the two. Alright, next leg. This is definitely a completely different speed. That's the way I have to kick my lower leg to get the momentum up. I have to go faster in my leg. Because it depends on acceleration.
This is motivating.
What are you doing? Alright, so let's see.
What are you doing?
I used to love Kmart. Yeah, he is.
I'm trying to get her to go.
Hey, Kid Charlotte and me, how you doing? Yeah, I feel
Kmart's
my
a good
right arm.
store. Although the stores aren't in operation, the website is. So if you miss your Kmart products, you can go to the website and still purchase them.
Wow, how about that?
So anyway, Elon Musk house says that he wants to market, as I said, our prefab. They basically assemble on the truck, and they just automatically, there's the sidewalls, he just lock together. But this country has got to do one important thing. This country has got to go with the British electrical standard. For God's sakes, there's no reason why you shouldn't be. Why is this country so backwards when it comes to electricity? We should be using British outlets at 240 volts. At least we get adapted to 60 cycles. I don't know why we don't use fused mains plugs. They work fine on radials. They work fine on rings. I don't think most people really think about it, Michelle. They plug in something into the wall, it blows the circuit breaker, then just go to the consumer unit, reset it. Yeah. But that's why you have fuses and plugs, right? So if the plugs go bad, you just, reset put a new fuse in, and if it blows again, then you know there's something wrong with your appliance. It's true. So, how you doing, Hazel? All right, let's do some elevations. My headphones are slightly off. Well, at least that's better than, at least your arm seems to be like doing a little bit better today, your right arm. It's not wimping out on you so bad. And when that would be like, all of a sudden smack right against your leg. You did that on purpose. Yeah. So, also mini we did not invent electricity. In fact, Thomas Edison was not necessarily the first one to patent the light bulb. There was actually incandescent light bulbs invented before Thomas Edison. But the original creator was using platinum as a material. And also, there's also the Nerf device, which used a ceramic material as the filament, which is open air incandescent light bulb, which actually was a German design. So the United States was not the first to have incandescent electric light source. What Thomas Edison was known for was the power distribution system in the United States, because he was using carbon filaments. Anything higher than 105 volts DC, they tended to break down really fast. Because carbon thread, there wasn't too many ways you could improve it to handle 220 volts. Which would mean that it would be twice as thick. However, in Europe, they were starting to use tungsten, which makes sense when you think about it, which could easily handle 220, 240 volts DC and AC. But Nikola Tesla was the one who came up with the AC system that we know of with transformers, step up, step down. The design was later used in Germany and other countries because it provided for three-phase power.
Oh.
Back in Europe, three-phase power was commonly used for motors. So electric lights were kind of a side advantage. But electric lights well, they were not perfect, but yeah, people did enjoy them. Having the ability to have a light bulb that you can turn on with a flick of a switch versus opening a valve and striking a match for a gas light or for a kerosene lamp or paraffin lamp. At least paraffin lamps, you don't have to worry about gas hissing while you're looking for a match. So it's like the Marvin Mercer would say, "Where's the boom? Where's the powerful, earth-shattering boom?" There ain't none, not with burning kerosene anyway. Unfortunately, the wicks needed to be trimmed, and that became a pain in the neck.
Did you have to do that on one of your previous lives, Michelle?
Oh, I used to have to do that. My prior lives, yes.
Yeah.
In a farm.
Did you ever work in a lighthouse?
Oh, that would.
Or like a clock tower where you had to climb like a whole bunch of stairs every day?
No. Just everyday lighting needs to run the farmstead over in Montana. Their buildings, we had to do that. Keep the kerosene wicks trimmed.
Gotcha.
We didn't have a lot of kerosene lamps. I think we had like 3.
Did you carry around a lantern?
Gothic. Benjamin Franklin had Chill buried in the basement of his English home.
Oh my goodness.
Why would he want to have that?
I think
the
something only Thomas
PlayStation
can answer.
sketchbook prototype design. I don't know if he created AM radio. That was Hertz that did that. But it was actually Tesla who actually made AM radio feasible for commercial applications. In the time of Nikola Tesla's lab.
Said Hertz created the radio, Michelle?
He discovered radio waves. Marconi was one who created the first telegraph using the designs of Herschel Hertz.
Oh, that's why we have that I heard radio, I think.
His spark gap transmitter, he could transmit a signal from across the room to a receiver in the other side of the room.
Yeah, there's this app or some company or something. I think it's called like I Heart Radio. So it must be named after the guy you're talking about, Michelle.
Hertz, right?
Yeah.
Hertz.
I Heart Radio, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, now.
I wonder if AM thing will always just be a thing, if it'll ever die out. I mean, I know we have our satellite radio and our FM. Wonder if AM will always, just be transmitting.
Well, you can think of a lot of research that was done by RCA for the radio formats that we use today. The AM radio was based on the workings of Nikola Tesla and Sarnoff. I believe Sarnoff later became the creator of the television with the cathode ray tube. But the commercialization of the AM radio band, medium wave as we call it, was a major milestone. Communications, wireless communications, especially with voice communications. Prior to that, what was done with radios primarily was radio telegraphy. You could send dits and dots and spark gap transmitters. So, that was So the first voice that was being heard by sailors at sea, I believe, was actually created by a guy at a radio station. His name was Armstrong. He actually was the first to manage to transmit voice over the airwaves.
Yeah, what do you think they talked about?
Yeah.
What do you think? What kind of discussion
I
did
don't
they
know. I'm not sure what the actual first radio broadcast said. Maybe something as simple as, "Hello, hi, my name is Armstrong. I'm here to send this message to hope that you will be heard." And I guess a lot of people on the Radio Shack and the ships are like, "What's happening? Where's this voice coming from?" That was
Yeah,
that was partially possible thanks to the invention of the DeForest vacuum tube, which also was later created by Ian Fleming, not Ian Fleming, but
Hertz rental,
Fleming in the UK, which is based on the Edison effect. When they realized they could put a screen in, a plate in, and created the first triode. But the Fleming's valve was an improvement on the DeForest tube. But the two were so similar that they're both are triodes. So that's why radios over there in the UK, they call tubes valves. But in the United States, we call them tubes. It's very important to keep that in mind. Technology has changed enough that people sort of crossed over between this United States and overseas in Europe. Hertz Rental Car Corporation, I think it was another Hertz that did that. Because Herschel Hertz was German, and he certainly was around the 1700s. I don't think he was worrying about renting out wagons.
So you ever have a Hertz donut when you were younger?
Never heard of that.
Anyone ever give you a Hertz donut?
No. I want a Hertz donut.
Yeah, that's when someone punches you in the arm and they say Hertz donut.
Oh.
You guys never got that? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
Want a Hertz donut? And then they hit you. Yeah, people used to do that to me. I got tricked with that before. Hertz donut.
So anyway, today's gonna be a nice day to go out there and try to get something done. Like I said. Nice. By the way, I don't know if you guys watched the video I did on those those camera wires, but I don't know what you guys thought about that video. I mean, it was kind of technically minded, but what did you guys think of it if you watched it? I'm asking all the audience, not just the people on the panel.
Okay. I mean, I got a pretty good understanding of chords, Michelle. I mean, I skimmed through it. I thought it was well done. a well done video.
I think the most important thing that was probably to take away from the video was this: don't buy crappy cables, even if they're cheap. Because crappy cables are gonna suck. The cable is not gonna stand up to kind of
when it comes to cable, don't go crappy. I would agree with that, Michelle, for sure. You know, you get what you pay for, right?
Right.
That's right.
Of course, I was in a bit of a hurry. I was like, "Oh la, 2 cables, yay!" And I was like, I kind of got a little bit wrong with the current voltage drop because I double checked my calculations. I calculated it out, and but what is still pretty accurate is we're talking about a voltage drop of about less than 1.5 volts for 15.25 meters of RG6. Average based on aluminum copper-clad conductors. But I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you use aluminum because you can't really solder it very well. But copper braid is fine. Problem is not too many cables are made anymore for RG6 with copper braid because the cable companies want to keep them cheap. Cheap. Too cheap. Yeah. But like I said, get the good stuff. You know, it's you're gonna make you happier. I mean, I managed to get this picture look pretty good, but you know what? I definitely would look better if you had the good stuff behind you. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Because the other thing is, let me just unplug this transformer in the back here to show you one thing that Michelle wants to replace too. So you're going to see the back scene go for a second. This freaking thing weighs a ton. This thing is powering the camera behind you. And Michelle really would like to have a power bus, power distribution system that can power everything instead of having to depend on this power brick. Yeah, there we go. Scene's back on. So, If Noodles takes you on an Amish buggy ride near the Intercourse, Pennsylvania, say hello to my honey Menno, the best Amish Mennonite tour guide in that area. Okay. I know who Menno is. But also, I definitely want to take a look at the Strasburg Railroad as well, and take a ride on the steam train, passenger train. They have tours. I think that they're starting to get ready to run for the season now. They also have an indoor museum as well. That would be fun to see that. I look forward to going to see that. I know Ed would be green with envy. But, I don't, like Noodle said, I don't think he can necessarily want to lug three of us in the car. Me, Noodles, and Ed. Because that's going to be a long drive. So... That's I definitely would look forward to going to see that. I really do want to see other places in the country, because you guys really deserve to see more than just me sitting at a desk. You really do. Because, you guys realize that the donations and stuff is, you're putting money towards things like you want to see something worth your money. Same is true with the people that are members here on my YouTube and Patreon page. I really seriously would like to give more things to the members and patrons. But right now, we're spread a little thin between the YouTube members and the patrons. And it's too bad there's no easy way to properly coordinate so members and patrons can get the same access to the same things. So if you're a patron, you can get access to membership things from the members, and if you're a member, you can access to things from Patreon. That'd be nice too. They can make it possible to combine the best of both worlds. Marissa said, "What's the layout shalom you have ever seen?" I don't know. I never really looked. I never really got into that. I never really looked at that. That's an interesting question, but I can't really give you a straight answer because I never really gave it much thought. Let's see. We're down to 13 people right now. Yeah, we've got 15 minutes left. Yeah, spin time. Oh, welcome to the spin zone, dude. So, we'll try to get some spinning in, which is kind of important to wiggle the fingers too. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Love the wiggle.
Because I get arthritis in my hands, so I have to try to gently work them and keep them from getting my joints all frozen up. Because I'm getting older, so the things tend to freeze up if I don't use them enough. So I gotta wiggle my fingers. Because they get joints in my fingers, arthritis. So.
So, do you stiffen up when it rains, or do you feel it in your bones when when it's about to rain?
I do. Yeah. How you doing, Mojo? You want to come on the panel real quick? We still have some time. Not going anywhere right now. I mean, we're still here, so let's get Jojo in anyway, at least for a little bit. Okay. MO tab. Command V. So. Okay. 5 minutes, that's not
Sorry,
bad.
I was getting coffee.
Nectar of the gods.
JoJo's going to be on in about 5 minutes, she said. So what do you think of the background picture there, what you see on my screen there?
It's great, Michelle. Keep using it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Keep using it.
Very interactive.
I think it's your best background you have. I love it.
Well, you know what? Remember when we used to have the other camera in the background there, the PAL camera?
Yep.
I know that was lower resolution camera, but this one here is a lot sharper than that one.
Picture's nice. Looks good. It looks good.
Do you always think get up and keep it up? I don't know. I don't know anything about what Ed can and cannot do. But I'd love to see Ed try to do some of those late exercises like I do. I think that would be fun to see Ed try to do those, you know, and see if he can start building up his muscles in his arms. I told him, I said, you know, you need to build up your muscle tissue because they're like flabby, you know, they're you know, kind of like my belly's starting to do with flaps of skin hanging down. Yeah, he's gonna definitely get some exercise. It would be really easy to get him to start doing the exercises. Let me start by getting a kid, pick up 2 beer cans, 1 in each hand, try to do some lifting, you know, moving around. Or if he's worried about having big, you know, beer cans can shake it up too much and exploding, maybe just go ahead, pick up a can of Dinty Moore beef stew, 1 in each arm. Okay, pick them up, you know, and work him up to 5-7 pounds. Get himself back into shape. That's what he needs to do. And then maybe now the weather's nice enough, maybe he can manage to get up in the daytime, go out there and do some outdoor activities, sit in the sun. Oh, it'd be good for Ed and me too.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it's not even a muscle. Technically, it's a hydraulic piston. Marissa, that's what it is. Okay, JoJo's coming in. Good morning, good afternoon. How you doing?
Hello, darling. How you doing?
Yep. I don't know you're doing
JoJo.
okay.
Hello, beautiful JoJo.
Oh, did you, hello, darling?
How
that's
are you,
Paul.
my dear?
Hello,
Greetings,
Paul,
greetings.
darling.
Good.
Let me turn it off. How are you doing? How you all doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Excellent. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Not too bad. I'm just getting over an illness, but yeah, whatever. No, I'll be all right. It's
Well,
fine.
sorry about that.
Paul, how are you?
Okay.
So far, so good.
Very good.
So far, so good.
Exactly. How are you, Paul?
Doing good. Doing good. Said a little breakfast and yeah, ready to seize the day.
What did you have for breakfast, my dear?
Cinnamon bagel.
You know what? I never liked cinnamon. Dad used to make cinnamon.
Right now, my
my
base problem is I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. So I'm thinking
Oh,
today.
you must eat, Michelle, my dear. You gotta eat.
I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna eat some lunch a little later on. I might make some. And don't criticize me, guys. I did buy some whole grain waffles.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
that's
that?
cool. I saw you eating that Ben and Jerry's the other day live. 2 pints.
So
Oh,
I
my
might
God.
Dare
make.
you not give
I
me
might
any?
make 4 waffles, and then I'll use pure maple syrup.
Oh,
I mean,
Nice.
because that has no HFCS in that.
mm.
At $12 for a little bottle of maple
What
syrup,
can you
it
eat
better
that
not
Ben
have
and
any.
Jerry's?
You got fancy syrup. You
It's
got the good
grade
stuff.
A.
Oh,
It's
well.
grade A amber maple
Okay.
syrup, pure stuff, 100% organic.
It was
Yeah,
back to
maybe-
noodles today.
What's that now?
Yeah, he was on earlier.
Yeah,
Oh, was he?
yeah, he was on
Pretty much.
earlier.
Yeah, I was in his earlier on actually. I think he was at work, but he went to the World Trade Center and he was showing all the deceased people. It was lovely.
By the
Yeah.
way, what
Really,
did you
really
think?
nice.
So, after you watched the rerun again from last night's show, because I know you were in the side chat, what did you think of last night's show?
Who?
I missed it.
Well, I understand
What
that.
show?
It's in my
Oh,
when you were on
community. It's a
Noodles.
post
I
in
thought
my
it was
community
brilliant.
tab. You can always go back and watch it again. It's really
Mhm.
I think it came out really good. I'm talking about JoJo was in the side chat of the night show, so she saw it.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. No, I thought that was really good. You had really good feedback going on in the side chat. You had good feedback from Noodles, obviously. Yeah, it was really good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. You just reminded me. That was good.
What? 2 pints of
Good,
B&J.
good feedback going on there, you know?
What's that? Oh,
I
yes.
said it was good
about the
feedback in the side
from
chat.
last night.
Everybody was
Absolutely.
like, you know, supporting and yeah.
Is there anything you think that we could have improved on, JoJo, or do you think that it was just fine like it was?
No, I don't think at the time there's nothing you can improve on, but maybe later on in later shows, maybe do some trivia or things
That's
like
what
that.
Noodles wants to do.
I love
That's what
trivia.
Noodles wants
I
to do
absolutely
for
love general trivia.
Thursday.
that's what Paul had brought up.
Because Thursday, Leather King / Noodles is going to do that on his channel. Again, we're going to try to do it again on
Yeah, but
Thursday.
it'd be good if you could join in as well and maybe like mix it up a little bit with a bit of tarot or a bit
Yeah.
of music.
And
You
like I also said to him, I said, well, we can play Quiplash and some of the other games that are popular here on his panel.
Yeah.
So basically I would host the games on Steam, and then you play with using your cell phone, going to Jackbox TV. T-shirt KO is most popular.
Today. You look really nice in black.
People like the T-shirt KO game, so I think on his channel, if I host the games like we did on StreamYards, I think it'll be very popular on his show. I think that he'll have a good time with that. I think that the nice thing is,
Well, you can do. You don't have to do the same format every night, do you? You can just mix it up a bit every now and again, and bounce off each other. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, but remember one thing. I didn't even eat breakfast yet, so 3,000 calories can go stuff it.
Don't listen to them. How you get you alright?
How
okay?
did you get joy? I don't know what you mean by that.
She was asking Gidgy, how's Gidgy
Oh,
doing?
Gidgy.
Mojo was
Okay.
asking. Yeah.
Very well, thank you, dear. I also am getting over a little cold. Feels much better.
Good.
I'm glad you're doing better.
The allergy season.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just allergies kicking my butt.
That's the worst, though, yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually passed by mid-June, I would say. Mid-June.
So Noodles
I had a lot of drama when I woke up, actually, but it wasn't nothing to do with me because I was bloody asleep. People are like going, what did you do? Think about this? Oh, they were having a go at me. I was like, I wasn't even there. You know what it's like, Paul? When you get that.
It's like,
Like people use you for like your emotions. And
actually, the Ben & Jerry ice cream actually came up.
That's not my bloody fault. I wasn't even there.
If it doesn't directly affect me, I honestly don't really care. To be honest, that's what I tell people. Good luck with that.
It's got nothing to do with me.
I graduated high school in 2003.
He WhatsApped me first thing in the morning before I woke up. He WhatsApped me saying they're all having a go at me. Like my good friends on here. I said, look, it's got nothing to do with me.
I've been out of high school for 20 years, man. You should try and join me sometime, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, people get off on it. Some people got nothing better to do. I get it, but that's just not for me personally.
Him, but this guy, I mean, he lives in England, but he, like we're good friends and that. But he puts all his like troubles on me. It's like, why are you doing that? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Oh, this is interesting.
It's not fair.
according to what's going on with all the stuff going on with Biden and FBI documentation, it turns out the FBI basically is telling Congress that they were not releasing the information on the Biden investigation, despite even by orders of the congressional subpoenas. So, in other words, they're being disobedient. They're not respecting a subpoena for information. So, I think that means that somebody in the FBI is going to seriously be out of a job soon for not doing what was ordered by Congress.
Interesting.
Actually, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Marissa, let me explain that. It was about 2,200 calories, not 3,000. But like I said earlier, as far as I'm concerned, they can stuff it. If you can't let me have one day where I want to basically just be nutty. I mean, I'm not saying every day, heaven forbid. Trust me, 2,200 calories. You do that every day, you better stop eating everything else, because that's, you're going to be having still ice creams. That's going to be a whole day's worth of caloric intake right there. And you're still going to blow up like a friggin' balloon. But I wouldn't suggest anybody do that on a regular basis. Even though it's quite sinfully delicious. That sounds like something from Lucky Charms.
We're all allowed a little blowout once in a while. Do you know what I mean? You don't do it in massive amounts anyway, Michelle. You don't eat ice cream every bloody day. So don't worry about it.
No, I don't. Not every day. I'm not saying I don't cheat, because I do. But I mean, the thing is, like today, for example, I did not even eat breakfast yet. So I'm going to be making some frozen waffles with pure maple syrup for breakfast.
Yeah.
Ed says to me, well, I don't mind buying the store brand stuff. I said, Ed, the store brand maple syrup contains high fructose corn syrup, which is bad for you, and is not necessarily healthy. But then again, pure maple syrup is so expensive.
There now, so you really should feed yourself, because it's nearly lunchtime there now. Yeah.
Yeah, it is almost lunchtime. Absolutely. But I didn't even eat breakfast, so breakfast is my lunch.
You skip breakfast basically.
But then again, I ate dinner at 11:30 last night, so just to give you an idea.
Oh,
complicated story.
Sorry to hear that, Michelle.
The fact is that
what did you have to eat, Michelle? Come on, be honest.
I decided to make last night. I made a small frozen Stouffer's lasagna, family size for me and Ed.
That's right.
And I don't even know if Ed ate it. I'll have to check. If he didn't, I'll go ahead and put it in the microwave. That can count that as dinner. But I really wanted waffles.
That's okay, though. The ready-made lasagna, that's fine.
I love food. How you doing, Sarah Beth?
Hey, Sarge.
Sarah Beth, how's it going? Anybody else wants to come up on the panel? You guys can come up. I just ask that you be courteous and respectful. I don't have to worry so much about the morning show that issue, but anybody wants to come up on the panel, you certainly can do so.
That's right, Banshee. Like you eat for a king, a king for breakfast, and then you have lunch, and then you eat a small amount in the evening. But I don't know. Whatever suits.
I eat one meal a day. It works for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I'll snack a little bit.
I try to eat.
I don't know. I've heard all kinds.
Meals,
I've heard all kinds of eating habits. I've seen people say just eat one meal a day. Like midday, I've seen some people just say a big gut-busting breakfast and one meal a day. I've seen people say eat 2 meals a day, smaller size.
Yeah,
some people say you should nibble food like a rabbit and just
gave you
eat.
Really good feedback then in chat.
Eat when you're hungry.
About your,
so there's so many
stream.
different. Let me tell you what I find works for me.
Check out what Michelle. Check out what God damn it, I have
Stars,
Stars Beth says in chat there, Michelle. She's giving you great feedback on the stream yesterday.
Yep.
Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Yes, that's Mojo. Yep.
And I think I agree with Gidgy. Whatever works, whatever works for you, do it. Some people can eat the 3 meals. Some people like 1. Whatever works for you guys. Well, just listen to your body.
I mean, yesterday I didn't eat right before because I went to bed at 3:42 in the morning, so I actually was already up. Because Ed wanted to talk to me.
Party animal, girl.
So I ate at 11:30 at night, but I didn't go to bed until 3:42. So I met the 4-hour requirement. So I don't think that was a major problem. But I also did do portion control to not go crazy and eat the whole dang family size lasagna. I wanted to. I saved some for Ed.
I wanted to. That's good, Michelle. You still showed a little restraint.
That's good conditioning. You're what's the word? What's the word, Paul?
When a little discipline, a little restraint. Yeah, I think that's great. I didn't
use a little restraint. That's why I didn't eat the whole family size lasagna.
It can be tough sometimes, especially when you're enjoying it. I get it. I can go overboard. Definitely guilty of that. Jojo, are you starting to eat some meals now? Or are you still drinking those shakes? Are you starting to get some foods in you?
I'm drinking the shake, but with the meals.
Jojo.
Sarasbeth says, I only want
I'm alright. I'm a little bit underweight. But I'm not going to say it on here.
Well, like I said, is that, you know what? There's one thing I never tried yet. What's that? The new fresh donuts from Cumberland Farms. They have fresh donuts. Oh, okay, kind of fresh. They get donut deliveries from Cumberland Farms. I wouldn't say they're really fresh, but you never tried.
Michelle, you'd love our jam donuts out here. They haven't got a hole. They're just like a whole donut.
I've had jelly donuts. I didn't like them as a kid. I don't mind them so much as an adult, though. Powdered jelly donuts are not bad as an adult. But as a kid, I used to hate them. It was like, this adult, it's like, one time I ended up getting stuck with one. I said, screw it, I'll eat it. And I was like, this cherry flavor isn't bad,
I didn't like the way you were treated last night, Paul, to be quite honest.
Oh, it's all right. It's to be expected. I mean, it happens every so often. It's to be expected. It's the formula. So
I didn't like it. I didn't like it because you always tried to help Michelle. And,
but
and Skynet as well.
That's all right. It's to be expected at this point, but it's happened a few times before. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. You've always been here for Michelle, and Skynet has been here for Michelle. They were the clown.
It is what it is. Like I said, it's happened before.
I'm just putting my point of view across.
I appreciate that, Jojo.
Apple fritters had those. Those ain't bad. Apple fritters have had, yeah.
Apple fingers? Fritters?
Fritters.
Is that what those are?
It's kind of like an apple pie in like a little pocket.
Kind of. It's like a scone, like an apple. I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know how to describe
it. Apples.
Not apples either way. Yeah.
Apple pockets.
It's all good, isn't it?
That's what an apple fritter is.
Good.
I like a nice French cruller.
That sounds like something Hot Pockets would make, right? Have you tried the Hot Pockets apple fritters yet? Hot apples.
We like our jammy donuts over here. Like no holes. There's no holes barred. There's nothing. It's all donut and sugar and jam.
Is there any good bakeries in Winstead, Michelle? I know you guys got a lot of restaurants. Is there any good bakeries?
Well, we got 2 Dunkin' Donuts, one on each end of town. So,
Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like a bakery. You can buy maybe a sandwich, maybe a cannoli or a cake or something.
I'm sure we'll eventually get a bakery. I'm got a hunch.
Oh, it's so hard to believe you guys don't have one. That's terrible.
That might be something that'll be coming someday soon. There'll probably be a bakery. Somebody is going to say, okay, I know we're a small town, Maybe we'll start like a local bakery or something, a local bake shop. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if somebody does
every
that.
small town should have one.
It used to. It used to be a regular thing in a small town. It would be the one major source of local bread. Unfortunately enough, you don't really see that much more in the United States anymore.
Jojo, what is a crumpet?
Oh, a crumpet's like, well, it's not. It's like a waffle, but it's not. It's round, but you can put jam on it. You can put either savoury on it, like Marmite, with hot butter.
The closest variation to America to a crumpet would be to take an English muffin, put it into a pan, brown the bottom of it, and then the top isn't browned, and just, like she said, put jam on it.
Oh, okay.
That's the closest thing to American can come to a crumpet.
Or you can put savoury on it, but it's nice with like raspberry jam.
Savoury would be interesting. Yeah, savoury toppings would be interesting on a crumpet.
Yeah, Marmite I normally put on it.
My favorite. Little salty though, but you can put like a little bit of Marmite and a little bit of butter. Yeah,
I don't do the jam and Marmite at the same time. I'm not that sick.
I don't know about Marmite and peanut butter. Some people say Marmite and peanut butter. I don't know if I like that too much.
Oh, I've got peanut butter and Marmite, but I have never had it together.
Isn't marmalade popular in the UK?
Do we still take phone calls?
Yeah, there is on toast in the morning. Yeah. My mum, bless her heart, she's 83. She still has Marmite on toast.
Currently are not taking phone calls because they are a pain in the butt. But maybe we can start getting a few more things figured out. Go back to the actual separate physical cable for phone calls instead of using Google Voice. I mean, we can.
The only problem is, Michelle, you have a lot of trolls, but you know how to deal with it. So, I mean, I do like the phone
Sometimes
calls,
I do. Sometimes I totally become unglued. You can actually see me go into both situations.
Yeah.
So I don't really like to do the phone calls because of that. It makes me feel like I'm being basically insulted. And they can be very demeaning phone calls, and the phone calls can be very mean too. It's like.
Yeah, I can understand that. You do it at your own pace.
I like calls at least they're trying to be sincere and real. I mean, even the real calls. Unfortunately, my hearing loss, my central auditory processing disorder, tend to sound like troll calls, even though they're not trying to be. I try to separate the two from the real ones versus the fakes.
Exactly, yeah.
Unfortunately, mix them up between the real and the fake ones.
That.
Yeah, that would be good to get that back up. Right now, however, the local phone company is still working on the fiber optic cables on the poles. So maybe once they get that done, maybe we'll see about getting that working. I still might want to go ahead and see about getting a UK phone number also, so that people from the UK can still call in toll free.
Yeah.
I mean, at least as far as a local phone call, I might just go for a London number and then say, okay.
So if you
the same thing will also allow me to call out to a London phone number too. So you can just see me calling up some fish and chip shop somewhere in London going, I would like to order fish and chips. Where are you located? United States? On my bloody hell, it's going to take a long time to get there.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'm bloody hell hungry.
That'd be cool.
You could call in the Buckingham Palace and order pizzas and stuff. Yeah, that's
after
awesome.
the C word, yeah.
Yeah, the old system is still here.
A lot of them shut down. A lot of them shut down where I live. So, that'd be cool.
That's one thing we don't have in Winston. We don't have a fish and chip shop at all. I mean, America's fish and chip shops, from what I understand, versus UK. UK shops are actually better than American shops. I'm sorry, but a fillet of fish don't count as chips or fish anyway.
Yeah, you can't beat Harry Ramsay.
And McDonald's French fries are terrible chips.
And a cut of tea. Tartar sauce. Yeah,
and we don't have any malt vinegar. I can easily find in the United States, but I have had.
Oh, Sarsens.
I've had fish with white vinegar. That was pretty good.
Oh no, Michelle, you prefer Sarsens vinegar. It's dark malt vinegar. That'll be your cup of tea.
Yeah. Some people like the malt vinegar. Some people don't. I never had it, so I wouldn't know. But I have had white vinegar in my fish, and that's fine.
Yeah, the white vinegar's okay, but the Sarsens, it's called Sarsens, Sarsons. It's dark malt vinegar. That's the best.
Right.
I'd recommend that.
Right. That's unfortunately I don't know where I can get malt vinegar in the United States. I'm sure there must be somebody that sells it.
Well, if I become a millionaire, I'll send you loads.
You know, it would be funny though if my channel really seriously took off like some of the other bigger channels, like The Gathering or The Quartering, like with Jeremy and The Quartering. It would be funny if I started going.
Yeah.
I'm making this huge amount of money each month. Guess what? I'm going to go ahead and apply for my British visa and say, kiss United States goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby. I'm out of here.
Yeah, come and live with me, Michelle. Come and live with me.
That would be kind of cool. Maybe if I could find a place nearby that's not too crazy expensive. I mean, but that's probably some time ago. That's probably sometime in the future. I don't think we're quite there yet.
No, we're not quite here, but I've got a spare room. You can come and stay with me.
I mean, to visit, sure. I don't know about moving in. That's another story altogether.
No.
But,
I'm joking, you know.
But I mean, like, the night shows, I mean, like, we still got to get all these people back on here. Right now, we're still at 1,397 subs right now. So many people walked away because of the night show. Like I said, I took my bat and ball and went home. I said, I'm not playing that game. I'm talking about what happened on Saturday. And some people got mad at me because I walked away from the night show.
What happened? What happened?
Well, on Saturday, it was
Michelle, if you want to do the phone calls tonight, Michelle, maybe we can do them on my channel.
I don't know how we're gonna do that. Considering the fact is that if you're going to monitor the phone calls, you have to have them calling your phone. How are you going to be able to do that and still do this?
So what I can do is I can mute you on my side.
Yeah, that would work.
I don't even know how, because if I start taking voice calls on my side, yes, you can mute me on your side, but then again, I'm the one who's stuck dealing with the phone calls. Cringy. Definitely cringy for Michelle. Phone calls like give Michelle hives. It almost seems like, yeah, no one to deal with those phone calls. Not really.
I'm just saying we could do it if you don't want, because I know that you don't want to ruin your channel or deal with whatever, but I can mute you and I can take care of that, so.
Yeah. But tonight is movie night, right? It's correct. Tonight is Tuesday night is movie night on Discord. I have no idea what we're gonna show. I think we talked about putting up Oh God. And then there's also Oh God Book 2, which is kind of funny, but in a way it's not, because Oh God Book 2.
You understand, Michelle?
Yeah, that's
thank
good.
you for your invite to Discord, but it's nothing personal. I'm never going to do Discord ever. So I'm just putting that out there. Okay?
Yeah, I know. I understand that, because you don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah, I know. It's nothing personal to do with you. I'm never going to go and get Discord. Sorry. Okay.
Well, like I said, so free movie. We'll see if we can get Boogie Nights, guys. I'm going to try. I do have another movie in the list. I'm trying to download a whole bunch of movies in the
movies
background
with
at the
my
same
son.
time.
No.
So like I said, also we talked about the movie called Defending Your Life, which is kind of fun. Yeah, with Gutenberg and Meryl Streep. That's kind of a good movie too. I'm Well, hopefully we can get Boogie Nights. I don't know if I can get Boogie Nights. I'm gonna keep trying to see if the magnet link.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Right now, the problem is I have not seen any cedars on the magnet link for some reason. I've looked on the Pirate Bay. I do not seem to be seeing any cedars on Boogie Nights. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it seems
I understand that, but I just don't want to do Discord, mate. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal against Michelle, but nah,
the Discord is good. My Discord is good, but I think I know where JoJo's going, which is the fact that so many Discords turn into a giant pile of guano really quick. I noticed that. We've been trying to keep the Discord from going that way.
Yeah, it's a shame because I would like to come into your Discord, Michelle, but I don't know how to work it anyway, and I just don't want to do it. There's nothing personal against you at all.
No, we're kind of like Facebook Messenger, so.
Yeah.
You get the kind of the same thing. You get your sub forums where you can talk to different things, different topics, and for example.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it. I'm on Twitter anyway, so you can catch me.
Let me just show you something here with my phone real quick, because my phone's easier to do this on the desktop, because I have to load the app up on my desktop. But let me just show you my Discord here. Okay, so this here is my Discord here. I'm going to start from the top of the screen. So you can see we have our subgroups.
Yeah, I've got your link in my
things. Yeah. For example, we have general news, weather, games, music, tarot readings, artwork, no porn, artwork, adult porn, NSFW, memes, outdoor activities,
it's not for me.
Pets and animals, food and drink, science, technology, and movie suggestions. Then in the video channels, we have the lounge area. That's where we show the most movies. Adult lounge, that's where we're showing porn movies, and then of course live show chat room, which has been pretty quiet lately. And then the NASQ show is listen only, which hasn't been used lately. So that's our Discord. That's the way we set it up. So it's a pretty interesting setup for the show.
Yeah, it sounds good.
And for those of you who do want to try to come on to that Discord, if you're not already on the Discord, here is the link to join. So it's right here. I'm going to spell right. CORD. You can come check it out. The Discord, please be aware that when you come on, you will not be automatically verified. To receive verification, you have to hang around a little bit, maybe ideally introduce yourself. Mike Mods and I will watch what you're doing, and if we see that you're a good, considerable person, we'll give you a verification badge. If you misbehave, you'll lose your verification badge, and you will not be able to post links, and you will not be able to join the voice chats, but you would still be able to post, but you wouldn't be able to guarantee you the links won't be able to go anywhere. Someday we will get you to join. I'm not going to give up on you, JoJo. I'd like to see JoJo join too. I think that would be very simple. At least, passively, quietly lurk in the background.
Michelle, I might do it just for you. I'll see how I feel. I'm very picky. I'll see how I feel.
Well, I mean, I know that there's, like Leo said, the problem with the Discord in the past was there were some people that basically razz Leo to death. I that was an old Discord, but we have been really trying to keep the Discord from evolving into that kind of horrible environment where people are basically getting their whole life spread out on the table and everybody else picking at you. That we don't want that.
I trust you, Deputy. I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm just very guarded. Very guarded.
I understand why people are being guarded. I get it. Too many.
Right, I'm going to get down, Michelle, because I need to eat. I don't feel too good. So, thanks for letting me up.
I need to get some breakfast then, too. But, that's pretty much
that. Bye.
So I'll probably be on for a little longer anyway. So let's just take a look and see if there's anything else. Thanks for being on, Judge.
I'm going to jump on as well. You guys have a great day.
All right. Let's just quickly look at the headline news here. Don't respect anyone. FBI refuses to provide subpoena documents on alleged Biden criminal scheme. Well, that sounds like a news article from my Discord, so let's shove that in news. And we'll quickly read through some of the general flow of this content. So let's go put this in news. Let's read the first paragraph or two. Okay. It says here, the Federal Bureau of Investigation failed to turn over a document subpoenaed by House Republicans that allegedly details a bribery scheme from the Vice President Joe Biden. The agency refused to provide the document Monday in a private meeting with the House Oversight and Accountability Committee. The unclassified FD-1023 document details criminal allegations of a pay-to-play scheme related to the Biden family's business dealings, according to a whistleblower at the agency who spoke with Senator Chuck Grassley, Republican Iowa. So, what that means in short is they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Normally, when a congressional subpoena comes up, they're supposed to serve the documents. But it seems in this case that they don't want to do their job and they're just bullshitting everybody. And that's really bad. Why are they doing that? Why do they feel it's essential to withhold the information? Come on. I don't know what an FD-1023 is, but I just know is that if Congress says to you, especially the Oversight Committee, says, we want this information, we understand it probably will be closed doors for your eyes only. But why are you afraid to talk about it? A part of an investigation. After all, it's Congress that's signing your paycheck, you idiots. Don't you understand that? And if Congress says, I want this information, why are you not giving it to them? They're your employer, and they represent us. I like Discord. I deleted it though after I had an issue with RSN. Who's RSN? Is that Right Side Network or something? Or Real Soon Network, or Retarded Stupid Network, or Retarded Stupid Nobodies. Who is RSN, SARS? Beth? I don't think you mean Right Side Broadcasting Network. That would be RSBN. I'd love to see you guys come on the panel. Join our Discord. Come watch the movies with us. Real Stream News. Right. Real scummy real scummy nerds. Real scummy nerds. I like that one. Real scum nobodies. Real scum nachos. Real scummy nachos? What do they taste like? Do you really want to know? No! CJ the Simp Watcher. I don't know who CJ the Simp Watcher is. So that's what's going on with that. Is that seems to me that that these people are going to seriously get themselves taken to the woodshed, and they're going to get their butts kicked. Mom of woman allegedly killed by MS-13 gang members sends fiery message to Biden. All right, let's read this real quick here. Heartbroken mom of 20-year-old who was allegedly killed by MS-13 gang members sends fiery message to Biden. A Maryland mother whose daughter was raped and killed by an alleged MS-13 gang member is set to testify before Congress on immigration after she says the White House let her daughter down over her tragic death. Tammy Nobles lost her autistic 20-year-old daughter, Kay Hamilton, after she was reportedly strangled to death by an illegal immigrant last year. She shared a heart-wrenching message for the Biden White House on border security and illegal immigration during a Fox and Friends first. The first thing I'm going to say right now is it is time to send a very strong message to the administration that this open border stuff has got to stop. It's not going well. It's affecting families. I don't care who you are. It's taking away jobs from Americans. Oh, I know some employers are saying some of you Americans wouldn't want to do this rotten job. Oh, this is an interesting one. But the truth is, I'll get to that in a second. The truth is, Americans need jobs. Americans need homes. We can't satisfy the needs of all these illegals. We have to basically start focusing on making sure Americans are provided for. Because we, Americans, need to provide for our own people before we can start providing for everybody else. Next one here comes from Russia. Russian court orders Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershovik held 3 more months, state media. The Russian court on Tuesday extended the detention of imprisoned American journalist Ivan Gershovich for another 3 months, news reports say. The state-run TASS news agency said the investigation from Russia's Federal Security Services, FSB, asked a court in Moscow to keep the Wall Street Reporter Journal behind bars past May 29th. The court received a request from the investigation that extend the preventive measure in the form of detention against the accused until August 30th. The court session has already begun. The report said citing the FSB official. So what did this reporter do to deserve this? I mean, did they report something that Russia didn't like? I don't know. CJ made me cry. Then asked me for $60. Who's CJ? And why would he want $60 from you? What is extortion? Oh. Dem activist returns from Florida vacation, goes on TV to attack Sunshine State. You kidding me, right? So why would you attack? Dem activist fresh from spring break in Florida goes further than NAACP terrorist state. Why would you say that? Let's take a quick look at the first 2 paragraphs. The Democratic activist visiting Florida for spring break, despite praising the NAACP's travel advisory against the state. Quote, I really appreciate the NAACP's guidance on this issue. Activist Aisha C. Mills said during the interview with MSNBC Monday, I just took my family to spring break in Florida, and I think about all the folks who travel there for sun and joy and peace and restoration, and to be reminded that in actuality, this is getting to the point where Florida is about to be a terrorist state. To many of us in America, certainly as a lesbian, as a bisexual woman, I don't want to have anything to do with this place. The comments came after the NAACP foremost advisory on its website about Florida's arguing the state is openly hostile towards Afro-Americans, people of color, and the LGBTQ plus individuals. I don't know about the LGBTQ plus individuals, and I certainly can tell you that there's certainly a lot of Afro-Americans in Florida, and they have enjoyed, alligator ambush. Man's arm amputated after getting attacked by a 10-foot alligator outside of a bar. Not a Florida story, right? No one talks about the life. Florida man's arm amputated after a 10-foot alligator attacks outside bar near pond. Yike. Yeah, I can see how that could be bad news. I don't even have to read the article. The title says it all, but here we go. A 10-foot alligator attacked a Florida man near a pond outside a bar over the weekend, biting the man's arm so severely that doctors were forced to amputate the limb, officials said. The encounter unfolded early on Sunday morning behind Bandito's Bar in Fort Charlotte, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said. The 23-year-old man was taken by helicopter to the Gulf Coast Hospital in Fort Myers, where his arm was amputated, said Todd Dunn, the spokesperson for the Charlotte County Fire and EMS. Wow. Oh yeah, by the way, if you think anacondas and pythons are not only a problem in Florida, just recently, an anaconda snake was discovered in Torrington. Apparently it was a pet that had gotten loose. This anaconda was big. Really big. And they probably caught the snake and did whatever they do to anacondas. He wanted heroin. Really? I remember that story about the gator. Yeah, it just came out. But, just, it's scary, you know. An anaconda snake could eat Fluffy like a Rusty like a snack. I mean, a thing could easily gulp down a live turkey. You know, see a big Tom turkey and the snake goes, dinner, chomp. And they're constricting snake too. They have really strong coils, and the snakes will crush their prey. And the coils keep squeezing until the prey stops breathing, and then they suffocate. Then the snake recognizes that, and then they just go sink their teeth in, and they start drawing this prey into their system. Pretty scary. I never had snake. Oh, I'm sure there have been other stories similar to alligator attacks. It's a reality that snakes, alligators, anacondas, pythons, all these other animals, the alligators are starting to come up to the East Coast. Saltwater crocodiles haven't really made much of an inroad yet, but they are starting to show up here on the East Coast. However, I can tell you right now, looking at the weather forecast, the water might be a little cool for them for the long term, but here's what we got for the weather forecast right now. Winston right now. Currently it is 20 degrees Celsius. It is mostly sunny. The expected high today is 21 degrees Celsius. 8 is low. Wednesday, 40% chance of rain. A low of 7, a high of 24. Gonna be warming up. So I don't know if I'm going to be wearing this blue dress tomorrow because I might be sweating bullets if I did. Thursday, sunny, a high of 5, a low of 5, a high of 17. Friday, sunny, a low of 5, a high of 18. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a low of 6, a high of 22. Sunday, a low of 9, a high of 25. Monday, a low of 12, a high of 26. Not too much different than Tuesday, which will be sunny, a low of 10, a high of 26. However, Wednesday is going to be sunny with a low of 12, a high of 28. And then Thursday will be a low of 16 and a high of 28. So it's going to get warm next week. So definitely, you're going to want to definitely wear something that's short sleeve. Not a heavy blue dress like this one. I just happened to grab it because it was readily available because the other dress is going to go in the wash. It's not HIV. Why would you think Noodles has that? Anyway, he has dyslexia though. That's not necessarily life-threatening. Well, not really. I mean, yeah, if you're reading comprehension is important. But I might have dyslexia too. I'm gonna think of it. There's sometimes some words can really give me a hard time. But I don't really know if I really have a form of dyslexia because there's just, I mean, is it eyesight that's the problem sometimes, or is it, some words, just the pronunciation of like entrepreneur can totally throw me. If I say it slow enough, I can understand it. Entrepreneur. Okay? But if I say it too fast, it's like entrepreneur. And in those closed captions, I go, what'd you just say? You just said inter? No, I said entrepreneur. Okay. And all of a sudden, I pronounce it, oh, you mean interpreter? No. I didn't say interpreter. Entrepreneur. Okay. So, one of the things I need to do, because for so many people with hearing loss, or central auditory processing disorder, is these closed captions are important. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have hearing loss, you're definitely going to want to have, let me just carry it down a bit, because I think this is too high. Yeah, because when I'm laying down here, it looks like I'm ducking behind the monitor. I'm not. I'm just laying back in the chair a little bit. And I think that it's important to, you know what I should do? What's that? Do you think I should go to the hardware store and pick up some lock washers? I don't know. You need so you can lock the camera better on the wall so it doesn't move around. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be an interesting question. Alright, so let's see. Any massages? Okay. Clear this search out. Let's read. Let's see. Nope. Nothing from the pharmacy for Ed. Okay. So I don't know why anyone would say that about Noodles and HIV. I don't think he has HIV. I don't see him having that. He's not an IV drug user. To my knowledge, he is very careful with reproductive sex. And I don't see where he would get HIV because he's not an IV drug user. He doesn't do promiscuous sex. I don't see how he would ever get HIV. Yeah. So for those of you who have never been on our Discord, please do check it out. It's a good opportunity for you to be part of the movie night and other movie activities. Look, right now, it looks like most people are getting ready to go about their business. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and get ready to wrap this up? And what's up for the cord? Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we should wrap it up. So for everybody, all 6 of you that are remaining, I want to say thank you for being on the morning show today. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you watching the show. I'm going to try my best to get something going for movies tonight with Discord. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I think I do have one movie on there already. So, well, I'll have to see if I can dig up something. Alright, guys. See you later, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. And you know it always takes time to run this stupid thing, right? Oh, yeah. There's gotta be someone to fix that. I hope so.